these guys who become a double-edged sword in Nigeria, the guys who are actually benefiting from what the West are benefiting, are the ones compounding our problems. So in other words, what I'm saying is what Nigerians need and what they must see happen is a peaceful dialogue on a prescribed order. But if not, and the war happens, I don't think me and you will benefit that. Except if those agitating for these sectional leaders, if what they're agitating for is for a true cause of serving their community and not individual or selfishness of themselves, then we are fine if we divide. But still, who is benefiting this division is the question we must ask ourselves.
Anyway, I think the answer is already obvious. Any person that I follow up to this point in the conversation already understand that we are not the one benefiting from it. Because by benefiting from this would have been, for example, you are coming from a military background, highly trained, highly expert in this area. You understand that, for example, during the Nigerian Civil War, there was this weapon that was designed by the Biafra. I think it's called Ogedigwe or something like that. I don't remember. I don't think I pronounced it very well. Now, okay, war is not even a good thing. But when you fight war, you also look for a way to make sure that you leave history behind. In Nigerian schools, in the Nigerian society, we don't even talk about the Nigerian Civil War. The Nigerian people don't know exactly what has happened, like really knowing there are no documentation enough to really explain what has happened in Nigeria. Now, how could the Nigerian military have benefited from the Nigerian Civil War? For example, that weapon that was designed should have been explored. Can the Nigerian military say that they expanded on that weapon? If another country were to invade Nigeria, can we benefit from that invention? You see, why I'm putting this?
No.
Okay, why I'm putting this question to you is that we are looking for what are we benefiting? Because if we are not even in charge of the war we are fighting, we are not in charge of what is going on. We don't really know what is going on. We are just there masquerade. We are inside masquerade. We don't really know what is happening. The Nigerian Marine should be in the water defending our territory. The Nigerian Air Force should be on the air defending our territory. The Nigerian soldier should be on the street not to fight Nigerian people, but to defend our territory. Because we think that we are at peace. With peace, we are not at peace. Because we don't have any justice.
Absolutely.
So the question is, who is calling the shot? How can we benefit from what is happening in this country?
I would tell you this. You see, you asked a very serious question, an important question about heritage. That is like heritage. Did they inherit that Ogbunigwe? No. The answer is no. If they do inherit that Ogbunigwe, there will be history to it. And that history will lead to what? Instigation of the next generation fighting for the same cause that will destabilize at a certain point what the Western world is expecting, but yet it's a benefit for them. Secondly, did they allow, or are they allowing, the history of Biafra in schools? The answer is no. Because the present generation will study it very well. And when they study it very well, they begin to expand on it. And that will continue the unrest. And probably at that very point in time, the Western world might not be ready for that unrest to go on, and it will destabilize what they have programmed for Nigeria. We are all programmed. This is the law, the world powers ruling order, if I may say that. We are all programmed, and we are functioning according to what they have programmed from their forefathers till today, who started the issue of colonialism. We are being programmed to dance according to that and yet being remoted. So you don't expect that to be in the school. You don't expect them to expand the Ogbunigwe and inherit it. And the problem we have in Africa is that as a whole, Africa as a whole, the problem we have is that we don't like to inherit what the past leader have left. We know it all, we know better. Why must we inhabit or inherit what he or she have left? Rather, let me start my own afresh in order to be called a genius, in order to say that I am the one who initiated this, not following what the other person have initiated. In order for me to begin to steal money from that, from the new one that I am starting, instead of holding on the old one. In order for me to embezzle, I must not hold on the old project. This is the problems we have generally in the whole African continent.
Anyway, so, since we are talking of Nigeria, and we are looking at the Nigerian Civil War, for example, and the possible fallout from the war, is it possible that maybe because of the effect of the war, we do not trust ourselves? And because we do not trust ourselves, if a project, say, is coming from because the earthly line is raised so high in Nigeria, and this is followed by a religious line. And these two lines, no, alone, are enough to destroy Nigeria. You don't need any other thing. And these two do not promote the development of Nigerian education, the development of the Nigerian national identity, how to make the country prosper. Because we believe we don't have a country. We believe that if I am a Yoruba, the Yoruba is the thing that matters. It is not Nigeria. But I go around with a Nigerian passport. I am an Hausa. It is not, I don't really believe so much in the Nigerian project. It is the Hausa people. We are the Hausas. But it is wrong. Why it is wrong is this. Yes, you are Hausa, you are Igbo, you are Yoruba. But if your Yoruba succeed over Nigeria, the Nigeria fails, the Yoruba succeed. That means your national project has failed. Because I want people to really understand it perfectly. Now, I am in Italy. In Italy, there are, in the northern part of Italy, a section of it, for example, say they want to succeed, they want to go away from the country, they want to go away from Rome. But is it disturbing the national identity in Italy? No. When it comes to Italy, the national identity of Italy is called Italia numero uno, Italia number one. First of all, you must defend the identity of this country in terms of trade, in terms of commerce, in terms of invention. Italy number one. The same is true of the United States, for example. The people in Hawaii would like to go away from the country if it were possible for them, but it's not happening. So it's America one America. Everybody is defending the interest of America. For this reason, the country will progress because they have a common objective. It is not defending California or New York or New Jersey or Washington, the Columbia district or whatever. It is the United States. That is how they build their military. That is how they build their education. That is how they build their communication. That is how they do everything. So that if it happens like this, what does it mean? It means nobody cares where the president is coming from. Nobody cares whether you are a Christian. Anyway, of course, it's a predominantly Christian country. Of course, it doesn't become an issue. Now, how is it disadvantageous for Nigeria? Because I'm coming to ask you the question, sir. In Nigeria, the question is the president a Yoruba? Is it a Hausa? Is it Igbo? We don't ask whether the person is qualified. So the question I'm actually asking is, how can we go beyond this religious, this ethnic line that are not working for our program? Because there is no way it's going to work for the progress of Nigeria. It's not going to happen. Because to the Nigerian Christians, their headquarters is Europe, Rome. They want to go to heaven. Nobody even have any argument with that. You will go to heaven. Until we make Nigeria supreme, Nigeria is not going to succeed. How can we make Nigeria supreme?
We need leaders, both traditional and governmental leaders, to stop looking at themselves as parallel lines, but to come together and have a formidable effort, and also have the leaders who are truly coming in to serve, not to be mandated. Mandated in the sense that it has become an instinct to every leader, every aspirant who is coming on board to be charged before even he sits on the seat. He or she will be charged. Okay, of course, he will be charged to say, we are voting you in, or we are putting you in. You must make sure you do this and that and that for the sphere, for the community. Now that leader becomes charged and restrained or remoted or programmed before he enters the seat. What I'm saying is that our people must stop looking at leadership as an opportunity to extort, to steal, or to embezzle.